Hey everybody, here's a video on my helicopter project. It is a Volitation 9053 double horse. Kind of screwed myself. Went to the store, didn't really do any research on any of them, just decided just give me a helicopter to mess around with. The guy said these were really good helicopters, really easy to fly, really good for a starter. A little far from the truth. These things suck. Not too bad indoors. Once you get them outdoors, they're basically junk. So there are several things that you can do to them to make them better. I've got several more things I'm going to do to this one. I've done quite a few things already. One of my big issues was the antenna on the controller. I was taking it out, put it back in, taking it out, putting it back in, so I could just put it back in the case for easy storage and stuff, so my son didn't get to it. Not a good idea. The threads on the antenna itself are junk. You put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out a couple times, and it basically strips the threads, and then your antenna is just flopping around in there like a limp noodle. So don't suggest doing that. The several mods that I've done to it already, one of the issues were the distance between your upper props and your lower props. This stupid balance bar here is junk. That's one of the things I still have to do. Get a different balance bar off of a different helicopter. This one just has one link on the other side, so it allows for excessively large amounts of slack there. The new one has a link on this side and then a link on this side, so it lets it have a little bit of play, but not enough to where it'll hit your props. These are my second set. The first time I flew this thing, mid-flight, this stupid thing flopped down, nailed this flopped down, nailed these, and I had probably a good 10-foot drop for this stinking thing. So I'm not going to fly it again until I get the new balance bar, because when this thing hit my props, I was pissed. So it's really easy. Basically all you're doing is flipping this upside down. You just take, there's two gears here, your outer shaft and your inner shaft, which this would be your outer, this is your inner. You just take this bottom gear off, then your inner shaft will slide out, this bearing will pop out, and then you can just take these, there's this screw here, and then there's another screw on the other side. You just take those two out, pull it up, obviously take your propellers off because you're going to have to flip them around on the assembly, then put this back on. I suggest flipping your propellers around and then putting them back on this before putting this on. Otherwise, it's going to be a big pain in the butt because your screws have to go from the bottom up. So, good luck trying to do it. So I've done that. Put a larger propeller on the back end due to when using the older propeller, it had no forward thrust whatsoever. This propeller is off of a 9101. I'm going to see how it works. A lot of people have been using a propeller off of something King, that you don't have to do any extra drilling or anything. It's just kind of a pop it in. Some people have been cutting tips off of this blade and hot glue gunning them to the original back propeller, but looks like crap, and I like a nice clean job. I don't like the glue here, glue there, tape here, crap. With the bigger back propeller, this has no purpose basically. It's just both of them are just pretty much look for show. I did leave the bottom here because it's good for, the only purpose it's good for really is if it does come down, this hits the ground and prevents the back motor from hitting the ground versus this. I would rather this hit the ground instead of the back motor. So I cut the top off here for clearance for this blade because originally it came it angled up here, and the blade would just whack into it. So this is the new blade, the bigger one. So I changed that. There were some accent bars that went from the back here to like right up around here. Took those off. It's just extra weight. They're really not balancing anything or structuring anything. Made new clips. These used to be just a stupid plastic clip that you would pop this over. Like the hole is just a little bit smaller than the plastic clip, and you just pop it over it. They were popping out really bad, and people say that's where they get a lot of breaks. So all I did was, let me take this off here. All I did was took the old assembly off, cut the little plastic piece off of it, drilled a hole through the mount to the helicopter frame, put a bolt through it, and I got a nut on this side, and then I'll put the screw through there, and then put this nut back on there, so it gives it a good solid mount. Don't have to worry about that breaking at all. So that's a plus. The other thing I have done is put a different battery in it. It's from a 9101. According to the people at the same shop I got this helicopter at, the 9101 has a little bit more fly time. The original 9053 battery was only lasting like 10 minutes with a good battery. My first battery was junk. I'd plug it into charge, hit charge for like 5 minutes, say it was fully charged, and I'd get like 2 minutes of play, which is crap. So the 9101, they're saying I should get more flight time with it. It's a little bit of a larger battery. Didn't have to do any rewiring or anything. This plugs into your battery, or your battery plugs in to power your helicopter and stuff, and then this is your cord for your charger that plugs into this. There is another battery that's a lot larger than this one that I can get, but I got to get it off eBay. I'll probably try getting it the same time that I get the balance bar, because I got to get the balance bar off of eBay. That's the other issue. Whenever you get one of these, really hard to get the frickin' parts. They tell you they have all the parts for all the different helicopters they have there. They don't. They have the propeller that I can get from them. They had that, or the extra back rotor. And they got a couple batteries and stuff. It's basically, they've got a couple extra parts, and then they got ones that they've torn into and stuff. The battery I got was a used battery, I think. It had the gunk on the bottom of it, like they just ripped it out of an old 9101 helicopter. So, done quite a bit to it. Still got quite a bit that I want to do to it. I'm going to flat black the body. It looks pretty cool here with the orange and the black, but I'm going to flat black it, and then I got a buddy, his son does really cool graffiti, so I'm going to have him graffiti this. Don't know what I'm going to have him do. He's actually studying Japanese right now. I might just have him put some goofy Japanese writing on here. And then I'm also going to have him do, I put a 360 video up a little bit ago. If I get that one going, I'm going to have him, I'm going to flat black that and have him graffiti on what I don't mod on the case. So, yeah, basically that's it. Also, the other thing is this thing is very back heavy. So when you lift up off the ground, it tries to go backwards right away. So they suggest putting weights up here underneath the nose, so it kind of balances out a little bit. Some people even suggest putting enough weights to where when you lift off the ground, it right away goes forward. Because that's the issue when you're outside. This has no forward thrust whatsoever. You can go up and down all you want, and the wind will take it wherever it wants to take it, even if you have just the slightest breeze. So, yeah, that's my 9053 Volitation helicopter. And I'll probably do another video. I think I'll let my fiance do a video of her sulcata tortoise. He's pretty cool. So, yeah. That's Crazy Cresty. Talk to you guys later.